Hey everyone, Rumbling Man coming to you today from Florida. What a blessing to have a chance to get to sit down today and make a video. I know I've been a little MIA the past couple of weeks. Things were incredibly busy and still are, but then a week ago today I got sick and missed out on a lot this past week while I laid in bed and tried to recover. So still haven't fully recovered, but I'm here at the office today and got a little product to review here. This video is going to be kind of the start of a new series of videos I'm doing, or at least there'll be reviews that will kind of be under this subtitle, which is Affordable Tone with Rumbling Man. And you'll know these videos because in the video thumbnail on YouTube, you will see this Affordable Tone logo. So if any of the videos have that logo in the thumbnail, it means it's part of my Affordable Tone series. The thing is this. I watch a lot of guitar and bass videos, as I'm sure you do too, because you are here on YouTube today. And a frustration of mine is, there are so many great amp modeling devices out there today. There's Kemper, say what you will if you don't like Kemper. I love Kemper, it sounds great. There's Helix, there's Helix LT, Helix Stomp. You got the Fractal on the boutique end of things. But the thing is, what all these devices have in common is that they're all expensive. And the working American can't always shell out $1,500 to $2,500 or even $1,000 for a new unit. That's not to say a working American can't get one of those. People do all the time, but not everybody can afford to shell out that much cash. So in the Affordable Tone videos, my goal is just to give you some options to consider for an affordable amp simulation and an affordable way of getting a great on-stage electric guitar tone, particularly for people who are running direct. And one such affordable alternative that can get you in the direction of amp simulation in a very compact way is this Joyo AC Tone pedal. You can literally pick this up on Amazon for like $40. I have a link in the description. Go and check one out. This is essentially an amp modeler pedal that is supposed to give you the tone of a Vox AC30 amplifier. We got one activation switch here and 6 knobs to help you tailor your tone. Up on top here we have a 3-band EQ featuring low, mid, and high. On bottom here we have level, we have voice, and the voice knob, it's interesting, it's just there to give you extra tonal options. And I've seen voice knobs on amps before. Maybe sometimes instead of having a tone knob, it'll have a voice knob. As I've messed around with this voice knob, it definitely gives you a lot of different tonal options. And then there's a drive. So, I mean, if you want clean tones, you keep this down, and then also if you want to try to get some real gritty tones going, you can obviously turn up the drive right here on the pedal. The distortion this pedal can give you, they try to say it's very warm, but it's also very natural. They designed this drive with subtlety in mind. It's not exactly a pedal that's supposed to go on and give you a huge screaming tone in itself. And the level and drive controls on this pedal give you quite a range. I mean, you can crank it. You can get pretty loud using this thing, and you can be pretty quiet using this thing. So it certainly gives you the ability to tailor your own volume. It's made with quality components. Also has the bypass feature, so if you're not using it, it's not supposed to really affect your tone one way or the other. You can run it with a 1-spot or any kind of pedal power source. It'll also run for you on a 9-volt battery. So if you're wanting to just go through this thing, or maybe if you've got your pedal board in front of you, but this is going to be kind of in a different location, you can run it off a battery for a while and it'll still work just fine. I like what they have to say online here. It says, this pedal can make your clean sound sparkle by thickening the mid-range and adding as much top-end bite as you can take or take away. The sound it's supposed to give you kind of a Vox AC30 tone without actually having to have a Vox AC30 on stage. It's supposed to give you some nice sparkly clean tones. It's also supposed to get you some warm, natural sounding drives. Now you don't want to run pedals into the board without some kind of amp simulation, and that's the problem it solves. If you're going to be running analog pedals with an electric guitar, you're simply going to need some sort of amplifier, and if you don't have an amplifier, you're going to need it simulated. I run direct. I use an older Line 6 unit at the moment, and I know that it's got to have that amp simulation in there. Because an electric guitar simply needs to be amplified by either an actual amplifier or something that sounds like an actual guitar amplifier. And if you love those classic Vox AC-30 kind of amp tones, well, this might be a step in the right direction for you. For the demo today, I'm using my freshly redone and set up Stratocaster with a cool set of pickups that you can get for pretty cheap on Amazon, and I've got a link in the description to those. And also, you check up above, you can see a recent video where I demo these pickups after having my guitar remade. I'm powering the AC Tone today with Coda Music Technology's regulated power adapter. And for audio, I'm using a couple D'Addario Planet Waves cables and running the AC straight into a computer interface. Now keep in mind, the AC Tone does not have built-in reverb or delay or any effects like that. So though my guitar is just going through the Joyo itself, digitally I'll be adding some reverb, some echo, maybe a little compression. And what I want to do now is just kind of give you a little bit more of what kind of sounds these knobs will give you. Maybe a couple simple settings that I would probably put on there if I were using this particular pedal. So if I were using this Joyo AC Tone pedal, and I was trying to have a nice clean sound for blues, jazz, praise and worship music maybe, I kind of have the settings as you see them right now on the other camera. I'd kind of have the voice dialed down. I'd kind of have the drive dialed mostly down. I'd have the highs rolled off a little bit. I play Fenders. I'm a Fender player. So when it all comes down to it, I'm going to have a lot of high tone coming out of my guitars usually. They're very bright. So I find that I'm always dialing out treble. And that is a very nice, beautiful tone. Got the Strat plugged in. That's on position 4. Be great for praise and worship music. A little bit of "Oh Come to the Altar." Let's go to the neck pickup. Position 2. Just very nice, clean tone. In fact, if you're mostly going to be using your own pedals and are just using this for the amp simulation factor, personally I'd kind of keep it like you hear it right now. Because then you can dial in some of your own drive sounds and stuff and not have to worry about doing it here on the AC Tone. I think this is for just classic straight up rock and roll, like a rock band playing covers, the kind of stuff I grew up hearing my dad do around town and around the country and things like that. I think the AC Tone is very good for that. I think if you use a lot of drive tones for, praise and worship or for heavier music, it probably wouldn't work as well. But for straight up rock, meat and potatoes, I think it'd be great. If I turn the voice up just a little bit here, if I turn the drive up substantially and go on and kick on the high end and want to play some rhythm and blues music. Very nice. And that is a nice light drive sound. You can't ever underestimate the ability to have that. It's just a nice light drive. I like that a lot, but the thing is, if you push it, to me it sounds a little funny. Like if you take the drive way up. I mean, it sounds like a nice loud amplifier, but to me it's, and it sounds fairly real, but it's just kind of pushing it to me. And then if you turn the voice up, there's probably guys out there who would use that tone. I personally have no use for it. Or if you turn the voice all the way down and you take the drive down, you also lose some gain. Now on a lot of amplifiers out there, drive and gain or drive and master volume are not going to be the same thing. But in this particular case, it looks like the drive knob does control really all the gain you have. If I just play an open G note, I can still hear it in there, but not as well. you turn down the high end pretty significantly, maybe boost some mids, have the drive up a little bit and the voice way down, that'd probably be a pretty good blues tone there. Anyway, so that's a nice little array of tones you can get. Personally, to my ears, if I was going to use drive and stuff, unless I was doing straight up, rock where I wasn't doing a lot of different tones, I would be more inclined to have my own overdrive pedal and everything and simply use this clean for amp simulation. But if you want more drive, if you want different voice settings, the option is there with the AC Tone. So there definitely is some flexibility for other tones you can get out of it, and it can serve in the capacity of a 3-band EQ. For most of the time that I've been making videos recently, I haven't really included a pros and cons section, but I have very recently begun doing so. And I've incorporated this so that you can kind of know where I stand with the product. If you watch my videos, you can see some products I kept it positive but didn't necessarily endorse it. But in the case of gear that has pros and cons to me, I want to tell you what I think those are. Now keep in mind it's going to be a matter of opinion. Joyo did not send me this pedal. I got it off of Amazon. Diodario Planet Waves, they didn't send me the cables. I got those online as well. And so I'm not saying good things to benefit any company, and I'm not saying bad things to try to defeat a company or discourage anyone. I just want to give a very balanced opinion of this. So here are the pros and cons to me. Pros, for one, looks/construction, okay? It seems to be a very well constructed pedal. And it does look nice. I like the AC Tone logo, I think. And love the gold enclosure. It doesn't seem like a pedal that's going to break too soon. It doesn't seem like one that you have to guard it with your life. It seems like you could keep it in your pedal bag or on your pedal board and be just fine. Another pro for me is size. If you're running direct and you need something that's amp simulation, there's a lot of things out there that would take up quite a bit of space. The unit that I'm currently using for amp simulation takes up quite a bit of space. This doesn't. This can go on the end of your pedal board, and right there it serves as your amplifier. Another pro for me is going to be convenience. This is simply a very convenient invention here. I think what Joyo has done is they have given you a chance to have amp modeling on your pedal board, nice and compact. It's very convenient to use this, and there are some decent tones you can get out of it. Cons, however, to me there are some cons. Number one, I don't particularly like how it sounds. I don't know, to me it makes the guitar sound sort of weird unless you get the voice and the drive dialed just right. I don't particularly care for the sound. Maybe if I was playing straight up cover music on electric guitar, mostly bridge pickup stuff, maybe I'd like it then, but I'm personally not overly crazy about the sound. Another con for me is that I just don't trust it. I don't know. Are you seriously telling me that I'm going to be able to hook all my pedals up into this thing and be good to go, and it's going to give me the performance that any other kind of amp simulation would? I don't really know. But in this particular case, the cons are matters of my opinion, and the pros outweigh the cons. So if you're Christmas shopping for a guitar player this Christmas season, I say why don't you hop on over to Amazon and get them one of these, and they may very well like it, they may very well use it, and trust me when I say if the guitar player has something he or she does not use, we'll usually trade it out for something we will use. You can also pick up your Planet Waves cables on Amazon. These are just simply my favorite cables. This jack is very secure, fits a lot of different things. So I have links to those things in the description, as well as the loaded pickguard I used with the Strat, just so you can go and check those things out. As always, God bless you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into this video today. I hope I've given you a good representation of the Joyo AC Tone. I did order it as part of a church pedal board project, which I've made one video on and need to make a couple others because that project has gotten complex. But I want to be able to let you guys know about things that are out there that can help you and that are not going to cost you an arm and a leg. And in this particular case, I think the Joyo AC Tone is one of those things that can help you, can solve a problem without costing a fortune. Guys, subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video today, go and give me a thumbs up button. I've got Patreon if you want to support the channel, got cool things coming up, got a lot more gear to review. It's just a matter for me of finding the time to do it, to get down here and do it. I'll be going to the NAMM show in January of 2019, and hope to have some content from you when I get back from there. So just projects like that. Obviously want to grow the channel and not let it just stay stagnant or shrink. And so if you can give me any help, even if that's just clicking subscribe or clicking thumbs up, hey, I appreciate what you do. And until the next video, Merry Christmas.